Ethan bought his first car at the age of 4. Madison launched her own online marketplace. Tyler has the perfect body and the perfect hobby. Sophia dresses like a goddess and has the best husband in the world. I don't know how many people live inside this hyperbolic universe of perfection, where being ordinary apparently no longer exists. It's an endless comparison between yourself and some clown on a screen who has everything you don't.
Bruh.
Enough. Stop this shit. Stop comparing your real life to social media. Even if those people are screwing others over behind the scenes while posting nothing but the glorious success of their podcast, we'll probably never know. What matters is how each of us reacts while watching it. Some people simply see a photo or a video and keep scrolling. But once life becomes a little harder than simply attending college, we start asking ourselves, why don't I have what Victor has? He travels to a new country every week. Why don't I look like Vanessa, who seems to reinvent herself in the mirror every single day? Anger, pride, disappointment, jealousy, frustration, despair, sadness, hatred, hopelessness. Those emotions enter your bloodstream like beer during the World Cup. Social media pushes another teenager who supposedly launched 3 businesses using some brand new system, and then he looks directly at you and asks, why are you still doing nothing? Why aren't you making stacks of cash like him? Why aren't you traveling in expensive cars like him? Why haven't you rented an entire amusement park to impress your girlfriend? Your brain starts falling apart. Everything turns into confusion, a thick mental soup that drags you down, supposedly because you're worthless and aren't standing where he is. Those doubts create anxiety inside your head. What the hell have I been doing with every second of my life if I'm still not swimming in fame and money? But stop. Come back to reality. Quit blaming yourself because you aren't in his or her position. First of all, your life is still in your hands. Second, understand that the people appearing on your phone screen may not be living such a sweet life either, despite all the obvious benefits. And you don't have to be in their position. You have your own personal path waiting for you, a path you're supposed to walk with a smile on your face, and preferably, pants on your body. When you constantly compare yourself to someone else, you start humiliating yourself and devaluing your entire life, everything before this moment and everything that might come after. It's especially destructive when you once saw meaning and joy in your life. Suddenly, life becomes a burden, a punishment, some endless challenge you never agreed to, and you begin to feel genuinely disappointed in yourself. But you're just a person, a unique person. Your whole life isn't shit. For the most part, it's the result of your own choices. Try to dive honestly into your memories and find the answer. Were you truly wasting your time instead of becoming a star? I'm not a star. I'm basically nobody. But I have a strong will. I'm standing at a crossroads, and sometimes I also think I wasted my time. But throughout almost my entire life, I stayed loyal to my principles and beliefs. In other words, I enjoyed living and spent my time on whatever felt necessary at that exact moment, whether it was video games, clubs, sports, or simply doing absolutely nothing. I've done all of it, and honestly, that's pretty cool. It's not like I spent 4 years as an alcoholic and then had to recover. No, I lived my life. I built it from my own experience while moving forward, without knowing what was waiting around the corner. Yes, maybe this world really is unfair. Maybe that asshole with a brand new Audi sitting in his garage didn't earn it, while you beat your chest and insist that you've done enough to deserve his life. And that's exactly the problem. You like somebody else's life, but the entire point is that it belongs to somebody else. Stop endlessly scrolling through social media or visiting places filled with similar triggers. If you still have the strength, step away from them. And if you don't, find that strength somewhere and isolate yourself from this imaginary world of perfect accounts that can't even smile at you for real. When comparison distorts the way you see the world, it hits your morale hard. It drains your energy and takes away your belief that something better is possible. You turn into a kind of autopilot version of yourself. At least, that's how I see the disappointment created by this problem. Everything begins to look dark and miserable, while negativity consumes whatever strength you have left. But the problem exists only inside your head. You deliberately let a parasite into your bright little brain, and now it's slowly turning you into a zombie. His apartment is so nice. She can afford expensive perfume. You get it, right? Almost everything that bothers you comes down to material things, because success today is measured in money. And let's be honest, all of us want more money, more comfort, and more opportunities. I'm the same. I want money too. I want to travel, buy whatever I want, and it doesn't even have to be something expensive. I'm hungry for success. I want to work for myself and earn a nice, fat amount of money. And yes, I also get knocked down by someone else's distant success in a random YouTube short that I'm watching while sitting on the toilet after a cup of coffee and a cigarette. I ask myself the same questions. Why am I not the one buying a Porsche 911 in cash right now? Why wasn't I born into a family of sheiks? Why did I quit the thing I could still be doing today, the thing that, through sweat, time, and suffering, might have grown into something much bigger? And suddenly, all of it turns into self-pity and blurred vision. You stop valuing yourself and your own life. Every day, you sink deeper into your thoughts and stop seeing meaning in simple things. You stop moving forward. You stop walking toward the future where things might actually work out for you. Because I truly believe that if you keep pounding on the same door, that motherfucker will eventually open. One day, it'll break completely. How hard, how stubbornly, and how long you keep knocking, that's up to you. Maybe you'll have to walk toward 1,000 different doors and start over 1,000 times. Well, do it. So yes, there are idiots on both sides of this conflict. But I believe everyone has to understand for themselves what material possessions actually mean. You need to think it through completely, not simply let everything go and turn into some peaceful monk who owns one bowl and sleeps under a tree. If thoughts about how pathetic your life is, or comparisons between yourself and some perfect Instagram picture have already entered your head, then you're not as simple and detached as you thought. Live through that experience. Face those emotions directly and allow them into your inner universe. Become a more complete person and start doing something with them. Think, analyze, understand this stage of your life. If nothing has changed in your life for years while everyone around you seems financially secure, believe me, you probably aren't working hard enough or fully committing yourself to anything. Don't search only for the easiest option. Try several paths, from the hardest one to something more manageable. Despite everything, my dear friends, I'm asking you not to give up. Fight despair in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. After 50, you can say, "F it," because apparently life ends at 50 anyway. Don't cloud your mind with whatever social media is currently promoting. Through adult eyes, it becomes harder to hide jealousy that may not have existed in your life before. And even if it did exist, maybe it used to be what people call harmless jealousy. I'm the same. My jealousy got dirty too. So just keep moving forward. Live your life. Love the people you love, f the hot ones, enjoy your happiness, and vibe with whatever good you have right now. And don't stop working toward a better life.